What's going on, guys? Chunky back here on my channel. Today I'm back for a review of Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, in case you didn't notice, Spider-Man Homecoming is one of my favourite entries into the MCU. I really like how they rebooted Spider-Man, told a meaningful story, and didn't have to retread the origin. Thankfully, Far From Home is much more of the same, and in some respects, actually better. It is a different Spider-Man film. It's taking a different approach, and it's bouncing heavily off the events of Avengers Endgame, and I loved the hell out of this film. Now, if you didn't know already, the brief plot, Spider-Man is basically taking a trip overseas with his school friends. He basically gets wrapped up in a Spider-Man plot overseas in Europe with Mysterio by his side. Now, I won't really say much more than that because I don't really want to spoil the plot, because it was a quite engaging plot and there are a few neat twists towards the end. I don't want to say any more than that. However, Spidey's taking on the Elementals, he's trying to get with MJ, and he's trying to hide his identity along the way. It is a different Spider-Man film. I'm going to start with the things that I did like. Firstly, the setting. Taking Spider-Man out of New York City is such a fresh approach, and I really enjoyed it. It's been a perception that he can't really live outside of the city. He can't really be engaging and exciting outside of the city because he needs all those buildings to swing around and stuff like that. But Homecoming actually proved that wrong, and Far From Home is actually taking down that stigma and changing the approach on how Spider-Man can be useful anywhere. I also like the chemistry between Peter and MJ. It was really good, it was really cute, and you just really want to see them get together. And to bounce off that, one of the best things about this film is it is once again a high school film with those superhero elements thrown in, and it is a really good palate cleanser after the really heavy events that transpired in Endgame. I do also like Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. I think he gave a really good performance in terms of being likable enough while being interesting enough. He does have a good backstory. I don't really want to say much more about Mysterio. For those who know about Mysterio, it might say a bit more about the plot than I would have liked. I am a big fan of those lesser known Spider-Man villains, and while they did Mysterio justice, it was a little bit predictable for me personally. However, I can't really put that down as a negative of the film because it actually did a good job of juggling that story and creating an interesting bunch of characters for Peter to interact with. It can be a bit heavy on comedy for some because it is sort of a high school film alongside a superhero film. It can be a bit too much of one or the other. It's really hard. It seems a bit disjointed at times when Spider-Man's not around for half an hour, but we're on like a weird high school trip. It sort of takes you out of that Spider-Man film, but that's not really a problem that I had with it. It's just a problem that I can see people having with it from a narrative perspective. But overall, guys, it's actually some of the most fun that I've had in the MCU to date. There's a really good palate cleanser to wrap up the events of Phase 3 of the MCU. And I really did appreciate, without spoiling it, I appreciated the end credit scenes of this film. Stay for both end credit scenes. Wait till the end because they really do flesh out the story and they are actually meaningful. I know there have been a couple MCU films that haven't really given us meaningful end credit scenes, but these ones are worth hanging around for, and I am so excited for the future of Spider-Man in the MCU. If he sticks around, please Sony, just let MCU do what they want and they'll give you all the money that you desire. This film is in fact a must watch. It's a great watch for any Spider-Man fan, any MCU fan, and any fan of the superhero action genres. It's really just that good. I mean, I really recommend it to anyone, and I think that's about it, guys. Not a long review today. Thank you very much for your patience. I am back once again, and yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like down below, comment if you've seen the film or if you have anything to say about the film, and most of all, subscribe, guys. And if you want to stay updated with all my future content and be notified, hit that bell button down below. My name's Chunky, thanks for stopping by my world, and I'll see you soon. Take care.